Let's look at the Budweiser scoreboard, update you on scores. East Tennessee State in the second quarter leading Tennessee Chattanooga 10-0. Georgia Southern beats non-conference Liberty 7-6 in Lynchburg.
Probably dashes the hopes of Liberty as far as playoff. A little screen action here.
New quarterback in for
Billy Jones,
Furman.
the new quarterback for Furman. Florida State big over North Carolina, 28-12. Michigan, I guess this was in 9 innings, 5-zip. Little baseball action there.
3.5 minutes to go. Billy Jones, their quarterback, the senior from Georgia. He's a fifth-year senior. Just over 3 minutes to play in the game. Marshall 31, Furman 6.
Oh, my.
No running room at all for Ernest Crosby, the freshman tailback.
Better not get too excited down there. Derek Walker. Walker makes a big play for the defense, Marshall defense. Gets up and kind of struts his stuff a bit.
Walker, 5'11", 192-pound freshman from Ellenwood, Georgia.
Boy, you get those second teamers in there, they'd like to show the coaches they should be first teamers.
Jones, 10 to the 12-yard line, right at that first down hole, but I don't know that he may be a little bit short. Clock stops with 2:31 to play.
Tell you what, the Paladins continue to battle.
It is enough for the first.
They haven't folded their tent, that's for sure. This has been one of those afternoons where the best football team was dominant. Paladins knew they had to have a little help here this afternoon to turn back Marshall. They didn't get it.
First down 10 now from the 12-yard line. 2:12 to play. Hand off to Crosby. He's across the 15 up to the 17-yard line. Ricky Hall making the tackle.
As you see the clock tick down, we talked about the trip back to Huntington. That plane will be rocking.
Marshall will pick up its third win in a row. Hand off to Crosby up to the 21-yard line as a first down. Marshall, of course, really the only conference loss to Appalachian State. That was back on October 21st. They fell 10-3 to the Mountaineers, and Appalachian State in pursuit of the conference championship. Marshall is assured of at least second place with the win here today. The seeding's so important.
Yes, sir, in the playoffs. You've got to win out. If you want to play at home, you better win out. Not sure that they're going to win it, play out at home, but they'll get a first-round game, I'm sure. And I guess it will depend on what they do against Hofstra and what some other folks do as far as the second-round game.
Marshall, of course, will host the national championship game again this year. And certainly the Thundering Herd would like to be playing in front of the home fans.
Yeah, after next week, you'd like to play 4 more times.
Not enough for the first down. Minute 18 to go. Marshall leads Furman 31-6. This will turn out to be about a 3-hour game, which is an average game, but it seems, I guess, that maybe in terms of the scores, it seems to have dragged on a bit.
Well, I'll tell you what, for Furman, it's been a lot longer than 3 hours. For Marshall, it's just been a short trip. I've been on both sidelines, I promise you.
Jones handing off to Crosby, has the first down to the 28-yard line. He's tripped up by B.J. Summers.
You know, when you're getting your fanny kicked pretty good, you don't think the game's ever going to end. And when you're over across the way and you're in front, you don't care whether it ends or not. You'd like to play forever.
There's a look at Tim Martin. He certainly had an outstanding game today. 2 touchdown receptions. He came into the game with 2 TD catches and doubles.
There's a little
here.
screen there.
Complete to Harrison. He's hit behind the line. Will lose 3 yards.
Well, about 33 ticks left. You may as well go downtown with it.
Do we have to be down there for an interview or anything?
Next week, Marshall with the big game against Hofstra at Marshall University Stadium. Furman, of course, at Tennessee Chattanooga for a 1:30 contest next Saturday to close out the regular season. And certainly Furman would like to pick up a victory there to end with the winning season. Jones sacked at the 20-yard line on what will be the last play of the game. Perhaps a fitting final play as Marshall dominates Furman and picks up second in Greenville against the Furman Paladins. Furman certainly has done so well over the years in this rivalry.
2 coaches meet out there at midfield. As I say, when you win, you want to talk. When you lose, you just want to get to the house. Big win on the road. Tough place to play, but it didn't look that way this afternoon for the Marshall Thundering Herd.
Coach Donnan congratulating the Furman players, the starters. He is in pursuit of his 5th playoff opportunity. Our Ashland Bank One player of the game will be the guy who makes the catch. Do you know who it is?
Number 1. Number 1 in your heart. Number 1 on his jersey.
Tim Martin.
Tim Martin.
2 touchdown receptions today. He now has 4 touchdown receptions on the year. And boy, he had a great game last week also. A 68-yard punt return for a touchdown. So he's having a good year as the Paladin Band plays here. And it is a good win for Marshall and for Tim Martin. Sonny, your final thoughts on the contest in preparation for next week against Hofstra?
Well, it was a heck of a tune-up. I can say that. They get ready for one of the better teams in 1AA football, Hofstra. Marshall dominated on both sides of the ball here this afternoon. They were much the best. And they kind of dampened things here for homecoming at Furman University. Big win for the Herd.
Well, Furman, as we mentioned, will play at UTC next week. Marshall will host Hofstra in what will be the final regular season game of the year. Marshall goes to 8-2 on the year. Furman drops to 5-5. For Sonny Randall, Kenny Bass, the
family will take off.